ready for the last session of the day, which is on solutions for retail forecourt automation part 2. And for the same, we have with us Mr. Sanjeev Agrawal, who is the Chief General Manager, Retail Engineering at BPCL. A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Agrawal. I can see you, and I hope you can see me and hear me very clearly.
Yeah, I can see you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Shrishti, can we pass on the presenter rights to Mr. Agrawal? And what I will do is, sir, I'll quickly introduce you, and then we are going to start with your presentation.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So like I said, Mr. Sanjeev Agrawal is the Chief General Manager, Retail Engineering at BPCL. Under his leadership, BPCL has automated all retail outlets with a single focus on delivering trust to customers. He has also handled the sales function as territory manager in different geographies. He has been one of the pioneers in the industries and has introduced a number of technology-backed initiatives, E2E, end-to-end secure product transportation, and from depot to retail outlets using OTP-based e-lock with dual authentication in one such initiative that he has been a part of. He is also the architect of Azure cloud-based solution, which enables the retail BU to manage all the retail outlets. Mr. Agrawal, a very warm welcome to you again, and we can start with your presentation now. I hope you have received the presenter rights from us.
Yeah, just a moment. Let me upload my presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. You just have to click on slideshow so that we can see it in the full screen mode.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
I have to switch off my video, or is it okay?
Sir, it's okay. In case you're facing any bandwidth issues, I would just interrupt and ask you to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So good afternoon. I see a lot of participants from HPCL. So it's a good feeling that Hindustan Petroleum folks are also there. Good afternoon once again to all the people present over there. So I am from Bharat Petroleum. I am Chief General Manager looking after the technology and the overall network part in retail business unit. Let me also share with you that BPCL, one of the PSUs engaged in the refining and distribution of the whole gamut of petroleum products, we had $41 billion of revenue last year with $2.8 billion of profits. And we have around 18,000 plus gas stations. And the overall schema of my presentation or the talk will be limited to gas stations, and that too with the retail forecourt automation, what BPCL per se in 3-4 years, what we have done and what are the aspirations to go forward, keeping the customer in the center of everything what we do at the gas station. 3 years back, there was a report by Niti Aayog that the cashless transactions there will be a lot of surge in the cashless transaction in Indian landscape. At the same time, PwC also said that the real-time transaction on POS terminals, point of sale, there will be abnormal growth in that, because at that point of time, it was only one POS terminal with 500 or 500 plus people. So it was too less. Similarly, Gartner also advocated that there will be a huge surge or the migration on the cloud adoption in Indian landscape. So the senior leadership in Bharat Petroleum thought 3 years back that why not we also take advantage and give the customer what they really deserved at that point of time. Because conventionally, all the 3 marketing companies, PSUs, we were doing, let me allow to say this statement. I don't know whether it is applicable to Indian Oil or HPC, but Bharat Petroleum per se. The landscape was totally conventional way of handling things. We were not that much delighting the customer, keeping the technology in mind. We had not implemented the technology the way it was supposed to be implemented and gave the delight to the end customer at the gas station. So we engaged Deloitte as our technology partner, and we brainstormed 3 years back. And the senior leadership, along with the Deloitte, we came out with 3 cornerstones of our delivery. That was trust, convenience, personalization. So there is a need of a customer when he comes to the petrol pump or gas station. there were queues, fueling issues, then payment issues, and ultimately exit, whether there is an air facility or whether we are engaging with the customer when he's exiting the forecourt with good or not so good experience. So we thought collectively that trust, convenience, and personalization are the three cornerstones on which BPC should focus, keeping the customer in the center of the things. And trust, if I deliberate, it's a transactional transparency, which means that whatever I am promising to a customer in turn of his or her money, I am giving. It is quality or quantity, which means that whatever I am fueling his or her fuel tank, I am taking the money exactly to that amount. And there were instances, I should not deliberate much, where the cheating took place and the customer did not used to have trust and confidence on PSU petrol pumps because the cheating takes place. So that was a transactional transparency. Turnaround time, how fast we dispose a customer once he or she enters my gas station and leaves, how fast I do the quick service. And personalization is how different non-fueling experience I give to my customer so that he becomes a loyal customer to me. It is not by force, it is by choice. And the tagline was that we bill what we fill. It is not that I am imposing the loyalty on him or her. It is by choice that they are choosing Bharat Petroleum. So those were the thought process in our mind that we should adopt technology, whatever is available, and can we bring technology from global perspective and delight our customer. So we decided that we should have a customer engagement platform and it should be hosted cloud. Cloud was new thing at that point of time in petroleum business. And there were different components or the elements in the customer engagement portal and B2B engagement. And then the subset was that how CRM is going to play for internal stakeholders, while the customer engagement platform was engagement with my external stakeholders. And if you see on the top, Urja, Sales Buddy, Hello BP, these are the interface with which through customer engagement platform, we thought that we will engage with our customer with different applications so that his or her life becomes easy. He or she can engage with me and do the transaction at the gas station. On left hand side, if you see, we also conceived that there should be a command and control center. It is not a controlling or policing sort of thing. It is how facilitating process we should adopt so that whatever we are promising or whatever the SOPs we define and design in the system, they are getting delivered to the end customer at all times, which means if there is any deviation, my system should give me alert well in time as far as the transaction or the equipment or the behavior part of concern, and the system should take care of those deviations and correct in line with my SOPs. So there were edge technologies also thought it will be deployed, which means that whether the safety processes or SOPs are being done, whether during the tank lorry decantation, the SOPs defined are being adhered to or not. So whole gamut of use case stories were defined, and then architecture were also conceptualized so that we deliver trust to our end customer. We also made new HOS, which is cloud-based platform where all the equipments, the transactions, customer data, because Nikita, you said in the very beginning that there was a challenge in getting the customer data. So we thought that can we have a single view of a customer, because the same customer is also going to my LPG business. The same customer is also taking services from lubricant business unit, and the same customer may be coming to my retail. But we did not have a unified view of that customer, that can I frame my offerings in such a way that I serve that customer on three such type of deliverables to them. We didn't have that. So these, the structural part we thought, and I'm really proud of BPCL that yes, we have delivered to a large extent as of now. Now we have also thought that the loyalty program, if you see this NLP, new loyalty program we were running for last 3-4 years, it was not serving the desired purpose. There was a lot of hassles, but somehow it was a so complex process of 37,000 crore business we per year we do. Can we migrate? Can we redefine the deliverables, keeping the customer new preferences? It was a mammoth task. Fortunately, we have done this, and it is in the final stage of getting developed and serving to the customer. Similarly, the connected car, you all know Alexa, etc., that sitting in the car, I can ask virtually that, yes, I want this product, how much, and it gets delivered at the gas station. It's in a pilot stage, and we are moving towards that. Cloud pay, FASTag also is a new thing where government is also asking and pressing upon oil companies that a FASTag which is being provided on the vehicles, can they be used for delivering product or not? As of now, these are being used at the toll. So this sort of technology intervention, we thought and we designed, and as of now, we are onto it. So if you see, Project Anubhav was the name given to that initiative, the engagement of Deloitte. And we said that customer engagement platform we will take, command and control, digital marketing, and payment and touchless fueling, because this was also a very painful area for a customer, that there was not the desired transparency in payment and only one way of credit card or the cash. There was no other payment methodology available at the forecourt. So now we are going forward by way of voucher management system. This is pre-auth fueling. I don't know whether you have heard or not, but this is going to be reality after 4 days in Chennai and Hyderabad, which means that the customer can book the way he or she books on Amazon fuel for any outlet in a phased manner at Bharat Petroleum outlet using the application. And when he or she goes to a particular outlet, OTP or a QR code generated by the system, he shows to the boy standing over there, and then it gets transacted on my Android POS terminal. And the payment is done only for the quantity which has been delivered through my dispenser. The good part is that there is no intervention. I cannot play with the amount or the quantity. I can't cheat at the forecourt. So it is a total trust delivery to the customer, leveraging technology. And the last part was integrated supply chain, which means where my product is being stored at the depot or terminal, how it is getting transported in the tanker. We all know that you must have seen somewhere down alongside the road, there will be a milking of product through the tank lorry, ultimately giving less quantity to my dealer. A whole gamut of things used to happen. But now we have already integrated the operations from depot en route and receiving at the gas station. A good thing has happened, totally backed by technology, is electronic lock. BPC was the first company 4 years back which introduced electronic lock. This enables us to deliver product in the tank lorry, OTP based. It cannot be opened en route. And as soon as it reaches my particular gas station, the lat long gets mapped, sent to my server. It gives an OTP. Dealer invokes that OTP on mobile application, and then he uses his configured dedicated key in the controller, which is connected to the intranet, and then he inserts the key in the digital lock. And then he takes the delivery, and this OTP is valid, and this whole operation is valid only for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, so that there is no hanky-panky, no other activity can be done by the dealer if he wants to do something beyond SOP. So what we are saying that is starting from the depot and route, station, storage, and delivery to the end customer is totally sealed, in sync, and synchronized through technology. I don't know whether it is moving.
Not right now. We are on the same presentation.
No, it is not moving. to do.
Sir, if you just could start sharing it again.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
it's
now,
fine.
now it is come. So it is just a present depiction, what I said, B2B commerce solution, and we have engaged the top class platform of application around the globe. SAP Hybris is helping me on B2B commerce solution engagement, CRM by Salesforce, Reward Engine by Capillary, Cloud Services, Microsoft Azure, and chatbot and notification by Hello Messenger. And these are getting delivered on these platforms. And REST APIs is the only mantra going forward so that the experience is totally seamless. I don't know why it is getting stuck. It shows. Yeah. The another technology intervention, what we have brought in BPCL is that NFC functionality on our Android POS terminal is enabled across automated outlet, and the customer can go up to 5,000 rupees she can transact. It looks small, but the complexity in the backend is enormous, and we have made it possible at the gas station. Going forward, Beam UPI code on the backside of the card, which is going to happen, and similarly, One Nation, One Card, and CMC enabled. It is when it is going to happen, we are be future ready for that also to. This is what I explained, that sitting in the car, I can order fuel, and the payment is also is going to be realized the way we book any commodity on our mobile as of now. Now, what this Salesforce is giving value to BPCL. If you see a typical field officer's job or sales officer, that he gets up in the morning at 7, and then if he has to go to his dealership, he has to do not many things, and a lot of things are churning in his mind. And it is not possible in a manual way of doing things that he can remember, or he can collate and connect the dots, that what he is going to speak or discuss or deliberate with the dealer, so that he brings value to the business. This has been made possible by Salesforce application, which has already been deployed in phases, that the customer, which means dealer, my sales software is getting 360-degree view. And different KPIs have been defined, that whether there is a credit balance, whether there is a in the past 5 years or so, any MDG, marketing discipline guideline, action is pending, or any such deviation has been has taken place, so that he should be mindful and discuss on this, whether he has to visit some of the big customers, so to bring volumes. These things are already mapped as per the business requirement, and we have a full view of our dealer, how we have to interact with them, ultimately creating value for them as well as for Bharat Petroleum. And other things are also there, which we are slowly bringing in the fold. Now, doing all these things in the back end, we have also created a cloud system, ecosystem, where all the transaction live, real-time basis, for the first time in the last 3 years, it is coming on the Azure cloud of Microsoft. It is specially designed. A lot of work has gone inside, and everything, each and everything, what is happening at the forecourt is getting mapped, available at my cloud server. This is a typical architecture. If you see the dotted line, this is my retail outlet, where the dispenser is there, and this is the sales building part, where the small magic box, which we call wireless flow controller, is sitting. And there's a Zigbee technology we have deployed, which is really based, and there is a slave in the dispenser. If you can visualize, that person is standing in front of this, receiving the customer and fueling the vehicle. So when customer comes over here, fueling takes place, whether pre-auth or post authorization, and the data of transaction goes in the controller wirelessly, side by side. This transaction goes to my POS terminal, which is handheld. This is wireless, Bluetooth enabled. So this transaction goes, there are two ways of capturing the data. Redundancy is there either through controller, which is placed in the dealer's room wirelessly to the cloud, or using this Android POS terminal using SIM, it goes to the Microsoft cloud. So the frequency has been defined at a predefined frequency, let us say 5 minutes or 15 minutes, the total batch goes over there. Similarly, online real transaction goes from Android POS terminal. There are different types of payment method, which I don't want to deliberate because the paucity of time, but it can take place through my smart fleet card, which is a loyalty card, voucher management, which I just described through a QR code or OTP based, and then UPI based different type of transaction, then credit and debit transaction. And what we have said that it is integrated payment system. This is our unique proposition to the customer, where we say that what we bill, what we fill, which means that whatever is appearing on my dispenser, there is no manual intervention. The POS terminal captures, and when you swipe the card, automatically it gets debited. There is no cheating can take place now, the way conventionally people had this impression that there is something hanky-panky is going on.
So sorry to interrupt, about 5 more minutes for the presentation.
Yeah, please. So these are the different, on left-hand side, different vendors we have, then the integration of SAP, loyalty, smart fleet, card, etc. And then different connectivity media. We have 3 business partners, Hughes, Airtel, Nalco, and the output in terms of the transaction, we can inform, we can engage with the customer through SMS, WhatsApp, email, and PDF copy of the bill. This is a whole complex gamut of architecture that how our total ecosystem is based. Earlier, we used to have conventional on-prem server. Now we are using Microsoft Azure Cloud. We are told that 6-7 crore API hits per day is taking place because 25 million footfalls across 18,000 outlets BPCL is experiencing. These are huge, huge data. And that is being made possible through cloud, which says that 7 crore APIs. It's not a small number. And Microsoft has advised us this is one of the highest in Asia Pacific. This is again a portal how we monitor on all India basis. If we click on any circle in green, we come to the micro-based analysis of a particular. These are vendor-based region-wise analysis, which we monitor. Ultimate aim is that we deliver trust to the customer by way of monitoring, managing, and enabling the system. This is a mobile application we have also made where the dealer or sales officer in the field, we have enabled them that they can also track their select outlet so that they take a wisdomful and very well ascertained action so that the business is intact. This is again how we maintain the ticket system. Otherwise, if there is any problem, we must have the visibility where the things have gone wrong and what RCA has been done so that we take corrective action for future. We have also done IRIS, which is our digital nerve center in Noida, where we are tracking every activity. And we have also introduced 10 different types of interlock based on use cases so that we deliver trust to the customer. Suppose tank lorry comes over a retail outlet, it decants the petrol in the underground tank. The connected dispenser should not dispense the fuel as per the regulations in the Indian landscape. But earlier we used to do that. Now the system does not allow me to do that. And immediately interlock gets activated, and even dealer wants to operate, he cannot operate. So these type of business-centric interlocks have been enabled just to keep the system in line with what we have considered design to serve our customer as per design. These are the use cases or the objectives what I just described across our gas stations. It is also applicable for industrial and commercial, LPG plant, and terminals also. Going forward, we are going to cover each and every SBU, each and every equipment, so that we deliver what we promise to the customer. I will take 3-4 more minutes, Nikita. This is a very important aspect of our delivery, which is auto RSP, because retail selling price, if it is not correct, it means that we are not doing justice to the customer money. It happens at 6 a.m. as per the current ruling in the Indian industry. And there are 3 vendors. If it does not happen through my cloud, then because it will take time, I'm just running through, then my dispenser, this is an animated schema. If it doesn't happen at the design time, the system blocks it and the sale cannot happen. And the interlock gets generated through command and control, if you see the on right hand side. And the sales officer and officers, manager who are mapped in the system, they get an alert and they do whatever they have to do as per SOP. The dealer then enters manual RSP as because he has not got because of the connectivity issue, and all the electronic log is available in the system that at what time, what price he has changed, and the system takes this input and the interlocks get deleted, and then he can serve the customer and at the right RSP. These are the different interlocks which we have enabled through technology, which is again keeping the center of the things around the customer. This is my last but one slide. Integrated journey, we are what I said in the beginning, from depot to terminal, depot to gas station. So if you see, the left hand side are the different systemic controls or the system enablement through which we make these activities enabled. Is first is we receive and store petroleum product, ensuring quality and quantity through SAP task and mobile integration at the gas terminal. Then biometric dual authentication of crew, which is going with the tank lorry with the product outside. We do the tracking of that crew also so that they cannot do anything beyond SOP. Then my VTS tracks the tank lorry. It cannot go haywire beyond the designed route. Then digital locking, which I just described. It cannot be open en route unless the lat long is met, which is of the gas station. Then dealer and transporter can also track his tank lorry sitting in his dealership outlet or at his house, and then geofence product reaches at the outlet, and digital key password authentication, MPD and stock monitoring through secured dispenser and state-of-art ATG, auto tank gauging system in the stock management. It takes place, and ultimately we deliver quality and quantity to our end customers. So this is the total schema of things to deliver us in a secured quality and quantity product from depot to gas station. How we build trust. This is a consolidation. We build what we fill. Instant digital and cash discount I can deliver to the customer from remotely from cloud, and NLP and UPI based Android terminal payment system, instant SMS, WhatsApp, on pre-auth and voucher management, and real-time cloud footprints we can have to serve the customer. Finally, these are the cornerstone of convenience, which we talked about in the very beginning, that turnaround time and transaction transparency, how we are making it possible for the customer. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Agrawal, for a very, very interesting presentation. Sir, I would request you to stop sharing your screen so that we can, the audience is able to see you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm going to first take the questions from the audience, and then if time permits, I'm going to ask a few questions from my side. So the first one is, how are IT and OT solutions helping and ensuring pure for sure?
So good that you know Pure for Sure. This is a BPC brand. And as I said, the quality and quantity, the last but one slide I showed you how from the storage point, from terminal, then transportation of petroleum products and receipt at the gas station, and then storage and delivery. So whole chain of events I have just narrated. So through which we deployed technology and we delivered to the customer, and quality and quantity is ensured through these chain of events. If you further want any specific thing, I can deliberate on that.
No, sir, I think that would be fine. I'll move to the next question. So you had mentioned about, I had also mentioned in the beginning about the data utilization, and you also touched upon it. So, sir, how is BPCL utilizing the various data? You had, shown some of the very nice dashboards that you have. How BPCL is utilizing the data that is coming from various IT, OT systems that you have to for better customer engagement and management, and what are the kind of benefits that you have derived so far from these systems?
See, it is a bit early, I would say, because we are still in the process of evolving a stabilization. But as I said, that the customer engagement platform, which I showed you, there are different B2B, B2C, and backend also how we are enabling and enriching our internal stakeholders, as well as Urja. I could not, because of the paucity of time, could not deliberate. This is a chatbot which we have created. And around 80 lakh per day, I am given to understand, because I don't deal in that directly. That is a different setup. So chatbot, we call it Urja. It is engaging with our LPG customers. That how much, when do they want, if there is any help required through artificial intelligence and machine learning process, it is evolving. We don't know each and everything about the customer and their preference. So we are collating the data. We have so much huge data available with us. And still we don't know how we are going to leverage. Let me put it very frankly, because it is only 3 years old journey. So with the help of Deloitte and Accenture is our partner in developing all these gamut of infra. So we are collating, and then we are sharing a different business unit. Can they really use this data? Lubricant business now. So we are sharing whatever the customer data we have gathered from retail gas station to them, whether they can leverage or exploit this data to get more engagement with their customer. So it's an evolving journey. But the data is with us, and we are going to leverage it in the time to come.
So the next question is from one of the delegates. What parameter or sensor are used to check the petrol quality at the filling nozzle?
See, the quality per se, these are the conventional quality methodology. Density meter or filter paper, I mean, these are the conventional things. But what we are saying over here, that it is highly difficult for a person if he wants to manipulate, if he wants to do something hanky-panky. The system is totally integrated now. The people cannot do anything. If he wants to bring 1,000 liter of, say, kerosene in the tank, and then my auto tank gauging system can immediately catch that, yes, there is no supplies through my system to that gas station, and how the system is giving me in my command control or cloud increase or in the level of product over there. It means that there is something heavy. So we have enhanced the visibility of what is happening at the outlet. So the ways are conventional, the devices are conventional, but we have made all the system more and more foolproof, synchronized, and aligned.
So the next question is that a very interesting system that you had mentioned was the VMS system that is going to come up in Chennai and Hyderabad.
Yeah.
So what I'm attempted to ask is about the kind of system that you would have in place. Would it be a dedicated filling area for these people who are coming with a pre-booking of the fuel? How is this going to help you save time, as you know, people are going to come with pre-booking? So how is this going to benefit the customers?
So very valid question. Again, it's only 4 days away to launch it. We will gain the experience. But as for the thinking or the thought process goes, we have devised and designed that a particular outlet, all dispenser, as of now, because the space is very precious and we don't have such luxury of having a dedicated pedestal to invite customer and do the transaction over there. But what we are thinking that we will enable all the dispenser at a particular outlet in a particular city where we want to interact, engage with the customer, and it is available at all the fueling positions. Going forward, we will experience whether we need to have something different offering or we will go as per the conventional way. So it is too early for me to say that how the things are going to unfold. For the first time in the landscape, we are going to experience it. It will be too early or unfair on my part to give a solution right now. We are evolving, and that is the best part of the business and existence in the ecosystem. Evolution is very important.
So due to paucity of time, I will ask you just one question, although I do have a couple of questions for you. So my last question for you is about the cloud integration that you had mentioned. Sir, is it something which is in the planning or is it something that you have already implemented?
No, we have already implemented. I show you the code and portal.
Yeah. So what were the implementation roadblocks that you had faced and how did you address those roadblocks?
If I look back, there was no roadblock because once we decided, and that is the best part with BPCL, that we take a lot of time in thinking process. That is the good or bad part with us. We take a lot of time in thinking and thought process, and rather I would say brain steering process. So we took around 6 or 7 months, and then there was no roadmap. And implementation is our forte, and you can see USP, and we are mad people to implement things very, very fast in the industry. We are known for that. Once we decided, no stoppage. So there was no, because to my mind, in my 30 plus years of experience, it is only in the mind. If you are through with the mind and thought process, nothing can stop. Unfortunately, we are cash-rich companies, so once we decide that we have to take this way forward, nobody can stop.
All right. I think on that positive note, I'm going to bring this session to a close. Thank you very much, Mr. Agrawal, for joining us today. The session was very interesting and informative, sir.
Thanks. Thank you very much.